What's going on, guys? Jacob Orth back here with another video of Jacob's life in Vegas. As I'm cruising around town right now, I'll answer this question for you. I'm actually heading back out to Summerlin. So I'll talk to you guys as I'm going to be driving down Sahara here. So here's a question I get from people asking about Vegas locals sometimes, and people for, those of you looking to move here, right? Because Vegas is definitely a growing area. It's been growing like crazy in recent years, particularly 2020, 2021. And remember, if you guys are looking for a realtor, you need help with the home buying process, mortgage process, all that stuff, there'll be a link down below. I know a really awesome realtor named Lacey who can help you with that whole process from start to finish, okay? Now, talking about how nice are Vegas locals, right? Because when you come to Vegas, you think, you're getting ready to move here, most people know Vegas as a tourist destination, right? I mean, when I was getting ready to move here, that's really all I knew about Vegas. I'd only been here on vacation before. I had never been here and seen the residential side. I'd never seen the suburbs. I'd never seen where people lived. All I'd seen was the Strip. I'd seen Fremont Street. And that was pretty much it. So, it's kind of hard to wrap your head around the idea of, where people live. Lots of people think locals live in casinos and stuff like that. So, no, we live pretty much, quote unquote normal lives. I'll show you guys right now. Look. All right, I'm just driving down Sahara. All right, I'm west of the Las Vegas Strip right now, right? There's car dealerships. There's what? Tattoo business. I don't know, pizza place over there. So a lot of normal stuff you're gonna find in other cities across the country. So, but how are the people here? Well, remember, most of the people here in the state of Nevada are not from here. They're not born here, they're not raised here. The stat I saw years ago was like 76%. It could very well even be higher now. Nevada by far had the highest percent of people who were not born and raised there that currently live there. So you're going to get the spectrum of people who come from different states and really in different countries. Here in the Vegas area, somewhere around 20 to 25% of the population is also foreign born. So not just do you have, so many people from different parts of the US, you have so many people from different parts of the world. I mean, you have hundreds of thousands of immigrants here in the Vegas area, in Clark County. So you're going to get a variety of different cultures, not just, like I said, from within other states. So think of Californians, right? Some people think Californians are rude. And I did a video about this years ago, about people being nice in Vegas and, debate about East Coast versus West Coast and down south. And everybody talked about where they felt the rudest people were in the U.S. and all that kind of thing. A lot of people said Californians and New Yorkers they felt were the rudest, So there's a stereotype that they can be rude, or that Californians, I saw one person say they just feel like they're distant, is a way to put it. Not necessarily rude, but distant. Where, you think of your Southerners, right? They have the stereotype for being, Southern hospitality, down to earth, real warm and welcoming and friendly. You think of people from the Midwest have that same kind of stereotype, right? That you say hi to strangers, you say good morning as you pass them on the street, you hold the door open for people. That kind of stuff where, maybe like in the big city life, it feels more like it's, every man out for himself. Folks from the Northwest, right, Seattle, Portland, it's kind of depressing up there, right? So they come down here, they get a little sunshine, maybe they're a little bit happier. You think of people from New Jersey, right, having attitude, right? All those stereotypes, you'll see some of that here in Vegas, but, you're going to get the whole spectrum of people. Now, one thing to say about it, though, is that, people do move here for a reason, right? With so many people coming here from other places, they all come here for a reason. Generally it's because they come here for a better opportunity, for a better life. That's a big reason why I came here from California. So someone who's going to move here generally is moving here because they left a situation that they didn't think was very good somewhere else, whether that's coming from Los Angeles or California in general, where the taxes are high, the cost of living in lots of parts are really high, and they want to get the hell away from that and come somewhere else for better opportunities. Some people, they do come here for a job, switch, transition, transfer, but again, that's usually related to wanting a better opportunity. Some people do come here because the military sent them here, or whatever the case is, or some, come here because they need to help support family or look after people. There's a variety of reasons, but a lot of people come here, they choose to come here in adulthood. They're not just born and raised here, so they chose to come here. So you coming here as a newcomer, you're not going to be alone in that regard by any stretch of the imagination. Most of the people came here in adulthood, so they know what it's like to be brand new to an area. They know you're gonna meet a lot of people from different places. So if you're coming from Michigan, you will definitely meet some Midwest people living here in Las Vegas. No matter what part of the country you're coming from, you're gonna meet quite a few people from different parts of the country. You probably meet some people that can relate to wherever you're coming from, whether it's the New England area, whether it's the Northwest, Alaska, Hawaii, Florida, whatever it is. So most of the people I would say are going to be pretty nice, okay? I mean, it's pretty rare in your life that someone's going to go out of their way to screw with you, okay? It can happen, right? And there can be situations where there's enough circumstantial evidence where you're like, yeah, dude, you're just being a dick, okay? That can happen. But for the most part, you're going to be able to go about your day-to-day life, and people are really not going to bother you a whole lot, okay? Most of them are not really thinking about you because they're thinking about what they're doing in their own life. But people will hold the door open for you. Some will say good morning, right? Some are just going to be, they won't say good morning. And this is I notice this when I'm out doing, when I go out walking sometimes. I get like a little cardio session in, because I'll walk sometimes in the morning, early, sometimes in the middle of the day, sometimes in the evening, right? I'll go out and walk, and oftentimes I'll say good morning to people. And sometimes they say good morning back. Sometimes they say good morning first. Sometimes, they just keep looking down, or they get their, they're listening to music or whatever, and they just kind of ignore you. They look the other way. But you get the whole spectrum, and I do too. I've had people cross the street on me when I'm walking. There's an older Asian lady one time saw me. She was walking like kind of with her head down, and she saw me walking on the same sidewalk as her towards her, and she looked up, saw me, and just crossed. So I don't know. Maybe she was getting ready to cross anyway. I don't know, but maybe she was just concerned for her safety, right? I've had people. Walk by, like I walk by their car and hear them lock the doors when I'm walking by. So, one time I was walking towards the car and I could see the lady in the car. Her windows were tinted. So it was a little hard to see her, but I could see there was a person in the driver's seat. As I got closer, I heard all the doors lock. Another time I heard all the doors lock, and I was walking from behind a car. And then I heard them lock, and I didn't even realize there was somebody in there because their windows were tinted. Then I looked, I'm like, oh, there's somebody in there. So, those people, they don't know me, right? So it doesn't mean they're being mean or being rude. They just might be concerned for their safety because they have no idea who I am. Even if I'm just out on a walk, they want to make sure that they're being safe. So, and I also had a lady one time, some of you were on the live stream when I was in Inspirada in Henderson. I was live streaming the neighborhood, just walking around, showing you guys what it looks like. And this lady stepped out of her home, an older lady, to question me. And she was like, what are you doing? She's like, you're filming the neighborhood. I'm like, yeah. Again, lady doesn't know me, right? She's probably a little scared. So it doesn't mean she's being mean, though, or that kind of thing. I've had people, see me. One time, this was at night, one of the recent ones. It was kind of cold, so I had my hoodie on and that kind of thing. And there was a guy walking towards me on the same side as the sidewalk, and he went way the hell around this open dirt lot area, around this bush. He didn't cross the street, but he went all the way around this bush. So, again, I'm a big dude, so maybe with the hoodie on, that covered my face. I looked intimidating to the guy, but it doesn't mean the guy's being mean. It doesn't mean that, the guy's being a jerk, right? He could be a plenty nice guy, but sometimes you have those situations where people, they just want to make sure they're safe, okay? So, I don't hold those against people. So in general, when you come here to Las Vegas, most people, they're going to be nice, they're going to be neutral. If you're a local, definitely share your experience here. You may find that some people seem pretty distant, right? One of the big complaints people get when they move here is say, well, nobody knows their neighbors here. It's like, well, go knock on the door and say hi. Like, a lot of neighborhoods here have community events you can go to and meet your neighbors. There's apps you can be on, right? Oftentimes Facebook groups and things like that, depending on what part of town you're in, how big the community is. So, there are ways to meet people and meet nice people in Las Vegas, but you're going to have to put some effort in. So you're going to have to put some effort into it. But you can meet nice people, you can meet good people, you can form friendships, you can form bonds with people here that can last a lifetime if you choose to stay here for a lifetime. So ultimately, I'd say most of the people in Las Vegas are nice, or they're at least going to be neutral, okay? If they're neutral, they're probably just not going to bother you, okay? So don't sweat that part too much. Most of the people that live here in Nevada came from somewhere else, just like you're going to be doing when you do move here. So if you're a local, I'd really like to hear you tell me what you think about this video, the locals living here in Las Vegas, what your experience has been. Even as a tourist, even if you've been here just as a tourist, your experience with locals, the hospitality workers, and things like that. I'd like to hear what you have to say about down in the comments. Remember, if you need help with the whole moving process, there's a link down below. Get in touch with an awesome realtor named Lacey. She will help you with all of that. But that is going to be it for this video. I am Jacob, and this is My Life in Vegas.